Well, let's get done talking about the ACC. Let's move over to the Big Ten. I'm gonna let you kind of take this over. You threw out Rutgers as the name to talk about easiest schedules as a team that's plus 12,000 to win the Big Ten.
I think
Please do not bet on Rutgers to win the Big Ten, listeners of the show.
no,
Please do not do this.
but if you were, here would be the
No.
rationale. Here would be the red. Okay, fine, fine. Don't. But okay, in
but
my
but
opinion, there is a tier one in the Big Ten, right? And
in
there
your
are four
opinion,
teams, maybe tier one, maybe tier one and a half to two, right? This year you have Michigan, obviously conference championship, national championship defending, right? All that stuff. Ohio State, Oregon, supremely talented, and in my opinion, Penn State's in that group, right? Rutgers is the only Big Ten team that avoids all four of them. In my opinion, everybody else in the Big Ten, yes, there is obviously a tiers below them, and there's an order that they're in, obviously, but everybody else from Purdue and Northwestern up to Nebraska, Wisconsin, USC, Washington, like they're all beatable. They can all hang with each other any given day. And I know it's not probable, but statistic possibility. It's like rolling, the number six dice, five, six, 10 times in a row. And the big Rutgers were to do that. I mean, you're out of conference at Virginia Tech, right? That might be one of your toughest games. Not gonna lie. And that's more respect to Virginia Tech, right? But Washington at home, you don't have to travel across the country. Actually, Washington has to travel across the country from Seattle all the way to New Jersey at Nebraska, right? And obviously, I feel pretty good about Nebraska. We love their D line. Who knows though? Like Rutgers plays really good defense. If they can run the ball with Monagai, right? Kyle Monagai,
Monangai,
Monagai.
Monang.
Who knows? Who knows? Obviously, Wisconsin, a lot of pieces to still figure out there, quarterback wise. Who knows? UCLA is in shambles, right? Who knows what's going to happen there? USC could be, from here to here on their possibility of outcomes. If you aren't listening on podcast, you can't see this. It's a
But it's
long
a
range of
wide,
possibility,
this is a wide margin.
wide range, and a Minnesota guy, right? Who knows there? Ethan Calic Man's revenge game, right? Kirk Soraka revenge game. Who knows there? Like you're seeing these teams. There's a trend here. Maryland, Illinois, Michigan State. Like there are all these teams that Rutgers on any given Saturday can potentially beat, right? In my opinion, like Rutgers this year, right? They return a lot of guys. I feel pretty good about them, and they've done a good job recruiting. But I don't feel good about them having a chance to beat Michigan, Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon, right? Or at least like feel good about it, right? Maybe there's a 10% chance, 12% chance, whatever it may be. But Nebraska, Wisconsin, USC, like if those are your toughest schedules, if those are your toughest games in the Big Ten, you have to feel pretty good about that. At the 11th best odds, plus 12,000, do not bet on it. But if you were, there is rationale to it. Just saying. You get to November, and you could literally be favored in the rest of the games. And yeah, okay.
Loyal listeners, this was a sentence that was said to me by CD the other day when we were figuring these out. He said, "There's a chance that Rutgers can go 1-11 and 11-1." He said that
Well,
that is on the possible outcome of range. Well, yeah, I'll
no,
say
no,
this.
I'm sorry, 2-10. It was 2-10 because Akron and Howard feel pretty good about getting wins there.
Okay, sure, 2-10. But I'll back you up here, I guess, a little bit because I mean they don't play a team with a win total over 7.5. They don't.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
win totals schedules built into win totals, right? But like Washington, that new team at USC. I mean, I think USC's got a really tough schedule, guys. So like that is reflected in that win total, right? Like they in different years and different schedules, they have it's more of like an 8 or 9 win team, right? But that
Yeah.
schedule is pretty brutal. Okay. But yeah, I'm seeing what you're seeing. I'm smelling what you're stepping in. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I will not be taking that ticket to the counter. Or sorry, walking away from the counter with that ticket. If someone does, I'd respect you for it. That doesn't mean I think you're right in the brain. But man, I've said some pretty heinous stuff preseason before that has come back to bite me in the butt. And I don't know. I love chaos. If Rutgers made the college football playoffs, didn't they win the first ever college football game ever? Didn't they win it? No, it was like Princeton. But Rutgers was like one of the first teams ever that to like play college football. They were like an old school, so something if you want to stay romantic about college football, you want Rutgers to make the college football playoffs.
Well, I mean,
Anyways,
and like I said, okay, like there is a possibility, right? Not probability, but possibility. 11-1, dare I say 12-0. What do you do? And let's talk hypotheticals. Let's have some fun here. It is June. Let's give our Rutgers fans some joy here, some hope, what it may be, right? What do you do if Rutgers is 12-0 and they go to the Big Ten championship and they lose, right? They play Oregon or Ohio State or whatever it may be, and it's pretty outclassed. Like, do you put them in? The runner-up in the Big Ten, right? 12-1 Rutgers. Don't think it's crazy. Don't think it's crazy, but yeah. 1869, Rutgers and Princeton completed the first ever intercollegiate
okay.
football game.
So I was right. I was right about that. But Princeton won, right? Rutgers lost.
Um, no,
You gotta find that for me. You have to.
I'm looking.
Because imagine that. Gosh. How can you not be romantic?
Rutgers won in a classic Big Ten fight, 6-4.
So,
Are you
okay,
kidding me?
okay. I'm pretty sure that was a score of like an Iowa Penn State game, like
Yes,
not that
that
long
as
ago.
well. So it's not even a scorigami, which is fine, but
It's not even the Iowa Penn State game was not even scoregami because it was actually the least scoregami because it was literally the first ever score in college football ever. That's crazy. All right, you learn something new every day, guys. You learn something new every
come for
day.
the college football, come for the easiest schedules, and stay for the history and laughter. We love it.